Hey everybody, how are you today? My throat's kind of froggy. So these were made yesterday, and they're all coated in glossy accents. Oops. Oh, glare. So there's those three. We'll turn that away. So these are the game pieces. These are the dominoes that we made and the tiles from the checkerboard. And y'all, I got some things uploaded to Foxy's Creations, Foxy's Followers Secret Group. The red and gray checkerboard I have to scan. I scanned it and printed it. I didn't scan it and save it. So I wanted to do that because it is out of copyright, and then I can get it uploaded. I just don't have the image saved anywhere. And there are those ones. And then this poor little one by itself. A little flower. Okay, so, and here is how this came out. My little coaster piece. And there's the back of it. And it's not fully cured yet, so I'm not using it because it can take a couple of days for glossy accents to completely cure 100%. So we're just going to wait on that. Hey, Brenda, how are you? They did. Adding glossy accents to stuff does make it look brighter. I don't understand, but it does. So today, I got to get our little journal book out that we've been working in. Without making a craft lunch occur on my desk. That would be preferred method. We're going to be making hanging pages for in our journal. So what is a hanging page? We'll use this. Well, I don't want to use that little piece of paper. We'll use this index card. A hanging page simply means we're going to put a flap at the top of it somehow. That's going to be folded all crooked. And it's just going to hang over the page. Now, you can put a magnet on it to make it hang over the page and stay there. You could put a paper clip. It just hangs over the top of the page. Or it can hang from the side of the page. It's just a hanging page that can be completely taken out, written on, whatever, and then put back. And it can be moved around in the journal. So that's what we're going to be making today. And we still have plenty of little ephemera stuff cut out from yesterday that we can use. And we still have these contract scorecard things. Let me get a time card and a guest check. Because these make good hanging pages. And they're cardstock. So there we go. And I also, let's see, what did I see? It's a different kind of time card. Those. So all of this can make hanging pages. This would be a great hanging page. You wouldn't need to remove this. We're gonna use this. We're gonna put a magnet up here because that lines up perfect. And the magnet will attach to this. So when this is, we're going to decorate it. When this is on your page hanging, it's a pocket. It can become a flip up. We're going to cover this over too with paper, but the magnet will attach. So it'll just hang on top of the page. So that's what hanging pages are. And this is not my original idea. Patricia Viramontes is the one I saw make hanging pages this way. They're really cool. And so we also have over here to work with, I have this. I have this little like fake envelope that we can do the same thing with. You can take it and put a magnet under here. Or you could paper clip it. We may just rusty paper clip this one. because I have the rusted bits out. And then just paper clip it on. And then when you take it off, you have all of this writing area. So there's this. We could decorate our envelope with this piece of paper. However, there's nothing for the back side. We have the doily paper. So we can decorate this envelope. And then we have book paper out, and we have all kind of stuff to work with. I thought about taking this doily and putting it over something and decorating something with this doily, because it's got some doily damage from when I coffee dyed it. But bits and parts of it could be used to lay on something and decorate. So book page would probably be really cool for that. So to get started, let me glue these. I think this would be really pretty. So maybe we should cut this in half. Let's do that. I'm going to gently cut this in half first. And then I'm going to glue these together and let them be drying, and we'll come back to them to decorate. Okay. Because if we make a hanging page about this width out of our book paper, that would be pretty. So that could work. So let's glue these two together. And then we can be letting them dry. And I know we're going to probably get rid of a bunch of the marginy parts. And I had a sheet of vellum, there it is, that we could use to decorate something that would be really cool. So this needs to dry. We're going to set this aside. And my chat is not working again. I don't know what's up with chat and YouTube. But hey, everybody that came in that I might have missed. Okay. So. Let's see, what do we got? Here's our little bucket. Now for this, I'm going to need to score it. And where's my little scoring? I had it out yesterday. Oh, here we go. Here's my scoring tools. A ruler, it's not a really small one. This is a, oh lordy. 3.25 millimeter crochet hook, and I use this side of it. I use the back side. I don't use the little hooky part. I use the back of that and the side of my ruler. Great thing is this has lines on it. So I'm thinking we're just going to fold over this top part. So I'm just going to line my ruler up. And score. And there we go. And this is also my bone folder. So there we go. Now we got a perfect little hanging thing. Now we're going to decorate it all up. So we have these bits. I have other bits. I have a whole box of bits somewhere. These are not bits. Well, we just work with what we got. So we have all this stuff from it. Now these are smaller because we were working small yesterday. But I'm looking back over here in some of my ephemera collection, which a lot of that has moved. Now, another thing we could do is put a pocket on here so that you would have this hanging with a pocket. You have full use of the back. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Pocket. What can we make a pocket out of? Coffee dyed. That's card. Coffee dyed scrap. So, how big do we want our pocket? I think that's a good size. And let me refold that. I want to tear it. I like the torn edge look. But I want to get it good and creased so I can. And then I'm going to use the ruler again. Just going to put the ruler down here and tear it. And that's a good size for a pocket. I'm going to give it some little flaps. So there's one little flap. And it needs to be ruler again. Okay, I need to fold this flap in just a tiny bit more. And I could have measured this, but I do the trial and error thing. So there's that pocket. And let's glue that on. Yeah, I see we have 6 people in here. Everybody's being quiet today, which is okay. Silent observers are always welcome. Oh, I should have inked this first. Let's ink. That'll work. I am going to ink the card, but I'm going to need to wait a minute on that till I get this on there. Okay. And let's get out the ink pad. Hey, Stacy, how are you? Hi, Clint. How are you today? Thank you both for coming. This is probably going to be a pretty short one because hanging pages are hanging. I mean, there's just not a lot. We're going to make a few, but it's just not a lot to do. And we definitely want to do this side too. And I like that it gives a whole big spot for journaling on the back side of this. So there is that. I am doing good, thank you, Clint. My throat's a little scratchy. Summer cold starting to come on, I think. But other than that, I'm fine. Yep, summer cold. Changing the weather. It finally got hot here. Hopefully it'll stay that way. So now we have scrappy bits. And some scrappy, well, that's not really scrappy, but we can cut it off anyway. Seam binding bits. And do a pretty blue one. So let's see. I still like her. Maybe we'll put her on our pocket. And I have words somewhere. I know. We'll put her on here. But maybe not center her. I keep centering everything. Let's offset her a little bit. And then let's put our little ribbon down here, which is just a piece of hand-colored seam binding that's all wrinkled up, so I'm not worried about it still being wrinkled, because gluing it down will straighten out a lot of stuff. I got to get some glue on that little edge. And there we go. And then we could fussy cut out this little butterfly. And just put him like just over here. And I like that. And then you could always decorate the back with like a label or something or a word. And then in our journal, how this would work in the journal, it helps if we turn the journal right side up. That's still, okay, what happened? That is now right side up. Are you right side up or upside down? I think that's upside down. No, wait a minute. It goes this way. I'll get it in a minute. So let's go to an undecorated page. So then this would just sit up here like that in the journal. And like I said, we could paper clip it. Let's get out the rusty bits. These are the things, on my desk yesterday, I had that big rust mark. These are my rusty bits. And I did this without chemicals. I did it with paint. I did it with patina paints of turquoise and rust color. Patina and rust. And there you go, a rusty bit. And now that's on there. So no chemicals at all on those. So that's our first hanging page. And it's just hanging there. Okay. So now we can do the guest check. And for this, I think I want to attach something. And this little guest receipt part will eventually fall off because it's perforated. So here's what we could do. Let's tear that off. And we can washi tape it to the top, maybe. That's an idea. And I'm going to use this really pretty blue crackled glass looking washi tape. When I find the end. And this is Scotch brand and it is sticky, you guys. And I think my paper shifted. It did. Okay. I want it to be where when it's this way, it's right side up. So I want it to go like this. And like that. And then we're going to fold it. So now we can decorate this part. And this probably need to be paper clipped. So what do we want to do? I say let's spray it. And if this works, we need to overspray it somewhere. So this is purple alcohol ink made with Kool-Aid. But I'm not going to spray it here because I don't want to get overspray on everything. So there's that one. And I have a really pretty blue one. Of course, I'm not finding the blue one. Oh, here it is. This is made with the blue raspberry. And they smell like the Kool-Aid smells. And that bottle is a little stopped up. We got a little bit of color. Okay. So now we're going to heat gun it so we can continue. So I went and got my little cutout stuff bin. Stuff to put on stuff. So we can just build a little embellishments on here. Well, that's kind of big. Some of my stuff in here is big. That's pretty. Let's put that one down here. I guess it goes like that. We could put that on here. And let's see. What else do I have in here? Let's see. That's too big. That's pretty, but it's too big. Here's a napkin part. Oh, that would be pretty. Or I did say the vellum thing. We could cut a piece of this vellum and glue it down here. That's pretty. And then maybe put some flowers on top of that. What do you think? I think I have too many choices is what I think. But I kind of like this idea. So I'm going to cut this out at the bottom of this little building-y looking thing. And up this edge. And just set the rest of that aside. Now with vellum, it will wrinkle. Vellum it's just the nature of the beast. So I'm just going to do a thin layer of glue. And hopefully get this to smooth down and stay down, which is another problem with vellum. But I love the way it looks when you put it on something like that. So now we have that. And now we could put our flower on here, and I think that will do. I'm just pressing it down to get it on there. And when this is on the page, they still can you can still journal back here and write on the back. And we're going to get out another little rusty bit. And we're going to just put the paper clip on. Well, my paper clip is painted together. There we go. On here. And we'll put that in our book in a moment. Now for this one, the napkin would be perfect. I need to, let me go grab a different napkin. Oops. Or a whole napkin, I should say. Let's see. Ooh, Brenda sent me these in Happy Mail. We could cut out some birds. Or we could just cut out a part like this rectangle, and then I'll peel it. This will be cool. And that napkin is absolutely gorgeous. I think I just folded it incorrectly. There we go. And I'm going to peel it. And I know there's another layer because that's too thick. I think there's another layer. Brenda, have you peeled these? Is it just 2 layers? Okay, where'd the washi go? Probably don't want to do that in the middle. Yep, there's another layer. So if you can't get it to peel, the tape method will work. Now I can grab that and pull it apart. And I'm just gently pulling that apart. Okay. So when I deal with napkins, I do glue stick. And that's an almost empty glue stick. Try again. Good. Better. Where's this going to go to? Oh, it's going to almost cover the whole thing. We don't want it. We want to fold over part. Let me score that first. So back with the ruler. Back with the crochet hook. Wrong end. Okay, now the napkin. That's cool. It's going to cover the whole thing. Thank you, Stacy. So I do the glue stick because the napkin can be repositioned usually, and then I go over the top of it with the decoupage or whatever I'm going to seal it with. Once the glue stick dries. Okay. So, let me turn this sideways. I would rather not cut his little beak off. And I have a wrinkle down here, so I can pull that back up gently and unwrinkle. So this will be what this time card will look like on this side. And then we can leave this side. We could like gesso or something if they wanted to journal on it. We are going to need to trim our napkin. And tomorrow is letter I. So here's what I need for tomorrow, guys. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Thank you for coming. Well, Brenda, these are gorgeous. Oh, you were answering my question about have you peeled them? That's funny. It's hoard stuff. They are gorgeous. And it is 3 layers. So if you do use one, Brenda, it's 3 layers. Okay. So tomorrow for images, what questions do you have about image procurement? Because I'm going to talk about how I get my images, where I get my images, how I find my images, what I type in to find images, that kind of thing. So any questions that you have to do with finding digital images, bring them with you tomorrow, or leave comments below this video so that I can, write them down and answer the questions. So, and I can definitely write the questions down, print them out, and answer them live tomorrow. So that's what we're doing tomorrow is images or internet images. So it's 2 eyes and how to get them. So any questions about images? So we're going to let our little dude dry, and then I'm going to put the finish on the front of it. I think that's gorgeous. So we're just going to put a paper clippy. No, we're not, because he's not dry. We don't want to tear it up. So then we downloaded these to use with our game pieces. Contract bridge scorecards. And it's nice and pretty and white on the back. We're going to leave that alone. What I'm thinking is, do I have any cardstock stuff in here? Oh, I have a decorated, that's too big, decorated postcard. Well, oh, here's some card. And the reason I was looking at for card, maybe we could make a tuck spot. Let's get an, oh, here's some doilies we could be using. Oopsie. Here's some, the half doilies we did the other day where we cut the doily in half. We could use some of those. We still have these and that little bitty one. This is where my stuff went. Now I'm finding all my stuff we had the other day. Or some of it, not all of it. Let's see. Here's some small postcards that I shrunk down. Keep out a couple of those. What else is in my basket? That's pretty much it for my basket. Oh, a pretty border piece we could probably use on something. So put my basket back in its little cubby hole. I might have to find a better place for my basket. So maybe we put this on here. It's like a tuck pockety thing. But we need it to be, and it's got a tear in it. So I don't know how many we can get some little tiny flaps. Little teeny tiny ones. That's funny. Can you tell I was a child of the military? Because I used the word procurement. That's hilarious. I am a military brat, or was. That's so funny, Brenda. I never even thought about that, but that's funny. That's hilarious. Oh, I need to glue the bottom of it or our stuff will just fall right out. That would not be good. This is a border piece from a journal kit. And I didn't use it, but I saved it because it's very pretty. I'll work on here or on any other things. Okay, so now we need to decorate this side. We got to figure out where we're going to fold it. I think back to the ruler on that. That's a good place to fold. Ruler and crochet hook. So if y'all don't have a scoreboard, if you've got a ball tool, an ink pen that doesn't, you still have the little roller ball part, the end of a small paintbrush, this small crochet hook, and you got a ruler, you can score. On my wish list of items is a scoreboard, but it is not absolutely necessary. And the only reason that I want the scoreboard is I'm trying to make albums, and when you make an album, unlike a junk journal, you have to have that every, like you might have to score it every half an inch or every inch or something like that. When I use the ruler and I try to mark the top and the bottom, they never line up. But a scoreboard will do that. So they have their place. But for something like this, the ruler and the crochet hook. Okay, so we have that where it's going to fold over our page and hang. Hi, Chris. How are you? Hi, Deborah. Thank y'all for coming. So what we're saying is tomorrow is eyes. Image, I called it procurement. How do I get my internet images? Where do I find them? What do I type in? That kind of thing. So any questions you all have about getting internet images, you can leave them in the comments below, and I'm going to cover that information tomorrow. For I. So tomorrow's going to be more talking than anything. I am going to see if I can put my phone maybe where y'all can see it to see what I do on my phone. Okay. I know we were going to put a postcard. Oh, you know what would be cool? Let's put this little stamp on our postcard. Wouldn't that be cool? I love that little kitty. So we're going to stamp our postcard with the little kitty cat. Oops, and I made him go crooked. And so this is also a journaling spot. And it can go in our little pocket like this. Ink it. Where's my little inky thing? So again, tomorrow will probably be a shorter video because I don't know that I can make that last for 2 hours, guys. But that's fine. And that's also would maybe want to save in your favorites list or in something so you could always go back and check it, you know. So there's our kitty. Do we want to put a little flower? Maybe from where we made flowers earlier in the week. Get out the little flower. And this is why my desk gets to be a mess. Because it wasn't like this at the beginning. I think we could put one of these little flowers right here on this little border, and it would be cute. Does anybody else have your desk was clean until you started crafting, and then your desk became like, oh no? My desk. And it's, oh, did I ink? I did not ink this. Let's take out our little postcard. And that's already inked. I inked those when I cut them up, so that saved a little bit of time. So there we have this little hanging page, and we'll put another little paper clippy bit on it. I can show you how to do it, Deborah, because I get a lot of stuff from Pinterest that are free downloadable images. A lot of what I get says free on it. So it's just what you type in and that kind of thing. Brenda, that's me going down the rabbit holes and never coming back. It's on the page because it's ready. So we'll go find another page. There's this one. Let's work on, we'll go to the second signature. We'll put this one on this page. We'll just paper loaded over there. So these can be removed by the user and put anywhere. And then on this side, you have a tuck spot as well. So you have the tuck, you have the little page. Okay, so I think we're going to work with our envelope because it's going to have to dry. So let's see. We were going to glue some things to this envelope and get a magnet. Okay. And I had some homemade washi tape. Where did it go? I had it on my desk, but now I've moved so much stuff around my desk. Hi, Robin. How are you? Thank you for coming. So let me see if I can locate the homemade washi. Only because it's wide enough to do what I want it to do. Here we go. And it has double-sided tape on the back. Okay. So what we're going to do is glue this down here. Or do we want to glue the whole thing? And oh, it will work. Let's do that and then trim it. But now, do we want to do it like this so we don't fold the flowers over? I think that's what we want to do. So let's glue this whole thing. And the great thing about this, if you have these envelopes, is that I'm just going to line this up at the bottom edge. Now it'll be a pocket that they can put secret stuff in that hangs over a page. And I did not get my corner glued good. Okay. And we're going to need to just trim off just some little spots, like down here where it's not on correctly. This paper was almost perfect for this envelope. Trying to be careful. I don't want to cut the sides of the envelope off. And there we go. Now, for this side, we had this. What are we going to do up here? Maybe just put a strip of coffee dyed paper and our magnet. How big of a strip do we need? That'll work. We're going to need to do more trimming. Ruler. And I'm not worried about that feathered edge, and I did not tear that big enough. Nope, let's try again. Wider strip. We can use this for something else, so we're not going to throw it away. That'll work. Let's make it wider. I can trim. Yes, you can also get images because the ink doesn't run. Printed images, the ink will run a lot of times. So I'm using like the paper I just put on the front is a printed paper. See, and that's the other thing. You can find free background printables as well, free background paper images. So we're not just talking like these kind of images, but your background papers, this kind of thing, flowers, you know, just all kind of things that you use in your journals. Okay, we want to make sure. Let's do this thing. Burnish it. And that's where we need this to go. Did I really not make that long enough? I really didn't. Well, phooey. I don't think I'm going to worry about it, guys. It's only a little tiny bit, and we're going to ink it. So I need that to cover. It's going to be the other going to attract to our magnet. So that's going to go like that. So I know that this part needs to go into this part. Let's do this. Little, can y'all see? I'm going to put a little glue on the back side of that paper. Put my magnet back down. And now I'm going to put glue all over the little flappy on the top of the magnet. And on our coffee dyed paper. And so see, that's going to be just fine once it dries. Right. And a lot of places, if you download it for your own personal use, you know, or even to put it in a journal that you're going to sell, as long as you're not trying to resell their images, they are fine with that. Like you put them up like in a Zibbet store and sell them is what I mean by resell. Most places, and I need to recut this because I just changed the whole shape of my envelope flap. Yep, I did. So now I'm just trying to get it to match, which could be a totally bad mistake. Okay, when that happens, guys, here's the cure. Well, that's right, because I'm going to wrinkle up my paper. We're going to semi-fold it in half and match when it dries. And you notice that they didn't even get that in the center. That's not centered on this. This is probably a Dollar Tree one. Not that I'm knocking Dollar Tree. Okay, then we were going to put the doily paper here. So I don't need the double-sided washi because we did that with our magnet. And let's see, we can put it all the way up to that flat edge. Let's ink this edge. I'm going to ink around the rest of the outside of it once I get everything glued down. We can put it right up against that. Kind of don't want to lose that edge, though. There we go. When I coffee dye paper, the edges get dark. Probably because I'm burning it. Hi, Angie. How are you today? So we're just going to... Oh, we can't go right up to the flap. We'll cover this. Yep, so we're not going to be able to do that. There's a way to fix that, I think. Or we may not worry about it. We may just leave it as a manila part right there because we are altering it. We were going to go this way. So let's just put this right to there. And I'm going to bring it to the edge of this. I want to trim off as little as possible, guys. And that looks good. And our flap is not sealed shut, so we can still put stuff in our pocket. Okay, now I'm going to trim this carefully. Your nephew, bless your heart. So tomorrow we're going to be doing internet images, how to get them, how to use them, and that kind of thing, where to find them, how to find them. So any questions y'all have about obtaining, excuse me, internet images, put in the comments below, and I can answer them tomorrow. Also, if I can answer questions from chat. And I'm going to try to have my phone where you can see it. So I'm going to practice with that today, so that I can show you how to do it on the phone, how I do it on my phone. Now, and I do realize we've been having some internet problems on my side. We're working to get those corrected. We think the Wi-Fi card in my computer is going bad. See, and that's just going to click, and that'll stay closed. Hopefully, it will attach through that. We do a coffee dyed paper, it will, because the coffee dyed's thin enough. Now, do we want to decorate this any further? Or I think this side is gorgeous. Well, we're not going to see the other side because it's going to be paper. So, no, we don't want to decorate it. That would be a waste of decorations. So, let's let this dry so that I can fix my edge up here. You know what? That's not big enough. Do I have any bigger tape? Where is the double-sided? I moved it. Oh, this could work. Let's do this. Hang on, let me get it to where I can see it. So I'm going to slide my tape up, and I'm going to trace it. And then I'm going to trim this out. And everything should match at that point. So let's see what we get. This could go horribly wrong too. But it's a better option than trying to fold it in half. That looks much better. Other uses for our tape. And that sticks down. So let's find a spot in our journal. So we already put this one. Let's go back. Where's the center of this signature? There's the center page. Let's put it here. And there it goes. So now we have that magnet holding in. We can slide our pocket over a little bit so it's not so tight up against the crease. And there we have it. That little envelope hangs over the top of the page, magnet closure. No need for a paper clip on this one. So there's that one. Okay, so then we have book paper drying. Here's our book paper that we need to trim. Here, let me do this. I can take all these little things and put them back in their little bucket. And if it comes off this spot, because I'm getting kind of crowded. And that too. Okay. That back over there with the scrappy things. Just put that there for now. Okay, we're good. Okay, so our book paper. How wide? Where did our doily go? This is the doily that we're going to use. Okay. So I need to come in a little bitty bit on this side where the words are. And how long is our doily? Let's see, maybe we... think we can take off maybe... Let's line that up on a straight line. That much up there. And let's line this up on a straight line. That much down there. And how does our doily work? That is almost perfect. So we're going to leave it. That's what I say. Let's leave it. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Oh, you're fine, Brenda. And don't try to drive and text. Lord, no. So now we're going to glue this down. And I think I want to put this one on the other side. And then we may want to Mod Podge over it. So it will be, we'll have to wait and see how flat it gets. So let's put some glue. And we know this is going to go pretty much side to side, top to bottom. And I can get rid of this washi tape. I love the square doilies, but they were hard to coffee dye. I'm going to have to spray them, I think, next time. And put them on my sun porch to dry. Because they were, let me put my magnets up so I don't lose them. And those just attach to the tripod. Let's put this one. Oh, I need to get our envelope back. We did not ink it. Well, we'll do that in a minute. While this dries, we'll ink that. Okay, this needs a paper towel. I'll be back. I need a deal for this. So I'll be right back. Okay, because none of this is going to run, so I can use a damp paper towel to kind of tap it down into the glue. And I'm going to set this aside to dry. It needs to be Mod Podged or something. I think we need to Mod Podge it. So let's see. Let me heat gun it. And then we're going to Mod Podge it. And we are spinning. Oh, I know the feeling, Angie. I kind of need that too. And why are we buffering so much? Is anybody else buffering? Let's see. Why is it buffering and buffering and buffering? There, now we're good. I had to leave and come back, guys, in order for mine to stop buffering. Or it may have just stopped. I don't know. I'm hoping all my internet issues will be fixed on Friday. We're supposed to be getting a Wi-Fi card for the computer. If you're still here, put a 1. Because I'm showing 9, Angie, and I just left and came back. Yeah, I'm showing 9 people. Still here. 9. Of course, I'm one of those, so that makes 8. Okay, that is now dry enough to Mod Podge. Do not make fun of my Mod Podge bottle. It's an old Dawn bottle, but I don't know where my little bottle of Mod Podge is currently because I cleaned my room and moved everything. So let's get a paintbrush. Angie's still here. She put in 1. And Brenda can't. That's fine, Robin. Brenda can't type anything in. She's driving, so we don't. So Brenda's still here. She's just not able to communicate. Because she be driving. This is also, if you have paper with ugly words on it, a good way to cover up the ugly words. Because now you can't really read anything through here. It just makes it look pretty. Okay, so we're going to do the other side, but we're going to have to let this side dry. And this should give the person, if they want to write on here, they should be able to now without ripping anything because we've got it all glued down. So we're going to put this aside with it. And then we're going to fold it over once both sides is done and dry. We can now, since I have the Mod Podge out, let's Mod Podge our birds. It helps if it's open. And I make my own Mod Podge. Let's see. And because they were already glued down, I'm just going to go over them very lightly with this one coat, and then they'll dry. And if you want to put another coat on them, you definitely can do that. I think one coat's good. But the napkin can still tear, guys, so you still want to be kind of gentle with your napkin. And let's see if I got it all coated or... kind of has some thick spots. So I'm just gently brushing over this to smooth out these thicker spots. I need a little bit down. There we go. Little tiny bit. And there that is. And we're just going to let it dry. Brenda Pizza. Brenda, you're so funny. Because she can't really type. She typed in just a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, now you can type, evidently. That's funny, Brenda. Let me put my brush away. Okay. Then we were talking about this one. Now, again, this is where we might want to use, if we wanted to put a magnet. I think a paper clip is fine, guys, for this. So, and we're going to get our other envelope. Let's find it. We're going to take this back out. We're going to ink it up real fast. Where did the ink thingy go? And y'all, if these hit the floor, they bounce at weird angles and can go anywhere. These little makeup sponges, they bounce weird. I know this because I've about lost a couple. So we're just going to ink. I'm going to bend this in half and ink this part that we didn't to glue anything over. So it's going to kind of hide that a little bitty bit. And I'm going to bend that. So what do y'all think of the hanging pages? I kind of like them. Because it leaves room behind them to journal on, and it still decorates your page. It just decorates it in a different way. That matches the coffee dyed edge really well. And there we go. Now we can just put that aside. Put this back in here. And this image, your Facebook groups, is another source for images. We'll cover Facebook. I'm going to make notes and cover that tomorrow. Because this came from a Facebook group. And we'll put magnet. Oh, come on. Really, why won't you close now? There we go. It's being difficult. And my Mod Podge paper needs to be moved because I don't want to get stuff stuck to it. We're going to put this in the next signature because I'm trying to keep everything balanced. So we'll put it. The matte paper might be a good spot. We could put it like this. And have that right there. I don't really like that. I kind of like my map. We can do this. Yes. But let's ink it up. And we're going to put a rusty paper clip on it. And there are Facebook groups where you can get free printable images. And we're going to cover that tomorrow. I belong to a couple of those. And you just can't like distribute their images because they put them there for you to use in your art and sell. So I can put this in a journal and sell it with no problem. However, I can't put this image in my Zibbet store and sell it because I don't own the image. But it is a really pretty image. And I don't think I want to darken those at all because, again, I'm thinking usability. I see somebody else just came in. Hi and welcome. And also, Louise. Louise Frazier just subscribed, so I want to do a shout out to Louise Frazier. She also joined the Foxy Followers secret group. If you're in the group, please go say hi to Louise and welcome her to the group as well. Hi, Louise, and welcome to the channel. And she was here the other day. Okay, so we're going to get out a rusty bit. Y'all should have seen my hands when I was doing this. Artie Mays did a video. So if y'all check out Artie Mays, and this one's, there we go. She had this, I happen to have the same patina paints that she had. And she wore gloves. I don't even wear gloves when I color my hair. I can't. I just can't. So I didn't wear gloves when I did it, and my hands were rusty. Okay, so we got those put in our book. We already altered. Where's the one of those? Did we put it in the book? Or is it drying somewhere? Let's do a flip. There's the time card that we altered, paper clipped in. We did this one. And then, no, why does stuff do that? We did this one. Okay, that's where that is. And we made the little pocket. And then we just did this one. We have this one that we're going to put in. We have the guest check that we're going to put in. And I think that's it. You can also do this with, let me show you. Like this tag is, I've used it to trace around. But you could take your tag, if you have a bigger tag, and fold it. We're going to move some stuff. Oh, and we have the doily paper. So we'll do the tag too so we have even numbers. Okay, I am not, I can't say on because I'll never get it folded straight, guys. I have learned my limitations lately are, let's just do what we need to do with a scoring thing. So, now I'm going to fold it over. That does not look straight, and I scored it and everything. I probably didn't have the ruler straight. So I'm not going to let the cardstock win. I am unfold this straight. There, and now I'll recrease it. You have to rule our paper. Okay. So now to kind of mask this, where did that vellum go? We're going to use the vellum. But you can take a tag. This was cut out of a file folder. Oh, that butterfly's too big. But these ones aren't. Okay, we need to cut that right about there. And how long do we need it to be? A little bit longer. Okay. We're just going to glue this down on here, and then I can trim it more. I like it. So you can take a manila tag cut out of a manila file folder. Hi, Misty. How are you? Thank you for coming. She already opened it? Oh, no. What did she think, Misty? Well, good. I can put that video up and make it go live then. So this was cut out of a manila file folder. We're going to decorate one side. We're going to hang it over the page. And so let's line up. I know this side is straight, so that's why I'm going with, we're going to line up that side, because I know I don't cut straight. And that hid all those little black marks where I had been using this as a stencil and kind of got ink everywhere. And this side was relatively clean. And then for here, remember that coffee dyed paper I mistore? Oh, wow. That is so cool. Well, I'm glad she liked it. What did she think of the pink? Because that was funny. I'm sure she about had a fit when she opened that box. And I'm just going to put this here, and we can put a word or something on it. But it covers up my little ink mishaps. You could put a piece of lace. Ooh, a piece of tiny lace would be pretty. Do we have a tiny lace? But the paper clip may get caught in lace. That's the only problem with that. Yeah, so let's don't do that. Let me trim this off. And now this, the other vellum went on pretty straight. This one is wrinkling. So I'm going to try to mash it down. This one is doing what I thought. You know, most vellum does is wrinkle all up on you. I'm sure y'all can hear that bumpies. But that's, when you work with vellum, that's what it's going to do. It's going to wrinkle. And that's just the nature, like I said earlier, the nature of the beast. You can't really get around that. That is pretty. And then we have up here, it will hang over. We're just going to let it dry. So we're at the let everything. Well, this one's dry. And see, this vellum is smooth on here. So I don't know why it wrinkled up on there. This one's pretty. Let's put it in our book. We're going to go back to signature 1. We have that one. And that one. We don't have a lot of pages in our book. So let's just see. We can put this one right here. Let's remove the paper clip, hang it over the top, and reclip it. I really like hanging pages. They're a lot of fun. And see now, because when we tore off the end and put it back, we put it upside down so that when it folded over, it was correct. And that's a tuck spot on this side. And then we just have these other 2 plus the doily one. I may have to do this one and then just show it to y'all tomorrow because it's going to take forever to dry. But y'all get the idea now. I'm going to put the doily on the back, fold it over, put it in the book. I may decorate it a little bit. So y'all get the idea. And that's what's going to happen with these. This one is already folded. It's just not quite dry yet. see if we can figure out where we're going to put that one. Let's go to the second signature. Ooh, we have a flip out baggie. Would that be kind of cool to hide under there? I think so. Oh, wow, Angie, that's awesome. So you could send her, if you have any book blocks where you've taken your book apart, you could send her part of a book block. You could send her the whole book. I wouldn't, it could weigh a lot, but you could tear out pages and include those, any painty papers, like Misty said, napkins, any images that you have. You could print, if you have something that you could print out. You're not selling it, you're giving it. There's a difference. So, like, I downloaded this from the internet, a free download. I can't sell it in my Zibbet store, but can I print it out and send it to somebody else as a free gift? Yes. So if you have something like that, you could print that out. Images that you've cut out, you could put in there. So all kind of, anything that she's interested in. As far as, what kind of bingo cards. You can download free bingo cards and print them out and cut them out. So, like, I downloaded those free bingo cards, and then I altered them. So there's a lot you can, definitely, tickets. Like, I make paper clips with tickets. So if you have tickets, you could send her some tickets to decorate or to use. Right. So I hope that helped too, Angie. Just all kind of different things. And guys, I made it on the Melody Made design team for Junk Journal. What is it? Newbie Junk Journal Makers group on Facebook. The kit this month is, she's calling it Floriculture. And it is all nature and greenery and kind of stuff. I'm making embellishments. Those are going to be recorded videos. So there's going to be some embellishments that I'm making using that I've made before, but you're going to see them like maybe in a different way, how to take a paper and do something different with it. Because I'm using her journal pages to make the ephemera. So that's going to be coming up as recorded videos that I'm going to put up. I'm still working on the one for Thursday and Friday for the pouch. And I got to get that template put up in the group. So, see, that's got to dry. We're going to be doing that. I think we should put our bird back here. So let's get a paper clip from the rest of it. I probably shouldn't have rusted any big paper clips because I'm not using those. And so it can be used to put a journal note on. And then when they flip this open, there's the birds. That's gorgeous. Angie, if it's Wi-Fi capable when you get one, if you go through the menu, it'll take you to the Wi-Fi network part, and you're just going to put your password. You're going to find your network, do it just like you would for anything else. Find your network, enter your password information, and it'll be connected. Just like if you were going to get on the Wi-Fi on your phone, you have to find your network first. It's the same kind of thing. So that's it for today, other than this one, and I will do it tonight or after the live. I'll finish decorating this one up and get it hung on in the first signature. So that's our hanging pages. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't have any bubbles because I want whoever gets this, if anybody gets it, to write on it. Okay, so what I said, Angie, was when you get your printer with the Wi-Fi on it, you're going to go through your menu on the printer down to where it says network or network and internet or internet. You'll know what what you're looking for, and you select that just like you would on a phone or a computer. Find your network, and when you select your network on the little screen, it's going to have you put in your password for your Wi-Fi. Once you have your password in there, it's connected. So it's just like getting it connected on anything else. Thank you, Deborah, and you have a great day. Bye. Please don't forget to put your questions on images in the comments below once the video goes live so that I can answer all those questions tomorrow or work on answering them as best as I can. I'm not an expert, but I've been doing this for about a year, downloading images and printing stuff. So, and I'm not an expert by any means. But I think we're done for today. And I will finish this one up tonight, and I'll show you all it tomorrow. And then tomorrow, we're just going to go over images and downloading images, printing images, how to find them, and all of that stuff. Our little journal's coming together quite nicely, I think. Now I get to clean my desk off again. If you need any, Angie, message me on Messenger, and I'll be glad to help you any way that I can. Definitely. I mean, I don't know if Joe is still here. I hadn't seen her in a minute, but I help Joe with a lot of internet-y kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'll be glad to help in any way that I can. So, I think our journal's coming together good. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing image information. I'm away from the microphone. Don't forget that Thursday and Friday I won't be live. Mother has her procedure on Thursday. Bye, Angie. Mother has her procedure Thursday, so I won't be live. I have to go back and get her from the hospital Friday, so I won't be live. I am planning on putting up some recordings for you guys for those 2 days. So just keep Mother in your prayers. She's getting a picker put in. And I don't know what time or anything. Hopefully they'll call later today with all that information. So that's it for today, and I'll see y'all tomorrow when we're going to do the images. Don't forget to ask your questions in the comments. Thanks. Bye, everybody.